Breakout, Hero Factory's most iconic wave of sets. But let's see how the fan community has taken these amazing sets and revamped them into something extraordinary. Shall we? We begin with Splitface. Wowblock has built this one. He's a little cheeky side by side with the original and this new creation. And wow, I had no idea how skinny the original set actually looked. A bit more buffed up armor, a bigger body size. There's something about it that just works. You know, looking at that big, burly facial expression, I know that looks like the face of someone who's very ripped. Big muscles, you know? One subtle detail that I really love, the difference in armor on both of the lower legs. One side just uses your typical very flat, red torso piece. The other uses the brain attack variant of this piece that has bars on either edge. That's what's good about the sort of half and half concept of this character. It really lets you experiment and play with very small or very large differences. I can only imagine that this was a very fun experience to build. Oh, but let's flip this around. There's some stuff on the back that I want you to see. These trans green wires stemming out of this almost backpack, or I guess it's actually just his back. There's something very satisfying about them coming out of the negative space that is normally where like Furno's head would be when this piece was originally used on the set. And then even the way that this torso piece lines up with the shoulder armor, it's very satisfying. The shaping is just so realistic. I think this is a 10 out of 10 revamp, man. So good. The amazing Speeder Demon is up next. This is made by Reggie Gick. Oh, that new mask, that's a bit of fun. Now this is a custom mask. Unfortunately, no official masks look like this. Though I wish some did, because dang, that's cool. It's got a kind of knight-like appearance to it. But yeah, I like the change. Speeder Demon's original mask, it's actually the same one we see on many other sets. Sure, it's recolored, but I don't know. Giving him something a little more individual, it is better. There's also some new robotic arms with a bit of gold and dark bluish grey. Yeah, I always felt that the extra pair of arms on the original set, I always saw them as robot arms. Additional enhancements. So the texture change, the color change, it's appropriate. And the way it's like scratching up the floor with sparks flying, oh yeah. The bike still looks pretty great with that beautiful pop of purple. Ah, dude. I love any revamp that makes Speeder Demon feel even more hardcore and deadly. It just fits him so well. Toxic Reaper is up next. Inferno Mox has built this. Bit of a different body shape here. Less of that villainous hunch, which I did like, that is a shame to see that go. But this is cool. The new armor, or the tubing, it feels like he's wearing some sort of containment suit. And if this dude's power is toxic waste and toxic chemicals, that kind of makes sense, right? The legs are pretty cool. A few different system wedges, plates, dishes, tiles. Those kinds of pieces never fail to make some real good, atomically correct limbs. You gotta get some of those pieces if you don't have them already. Now the back. It uses one of these big containment spheres. Or not spheres, cylinders. I know shapes. But yeah, these containment spheres came on Invasion from Below sets, like this one right here. But actually they make for a pretty great toxic waste barrel. Such a nice little finishing touch. Oh, and then these trans green swords on the fingers. Little minifigure swords. This reminds me of Scarecrow from some of the Arkham Batman games, where he's got like needles on his fingers. That's some good stuff. This whole revamp is pretty sick. Really keeping in mind the power set of the original character, and finding all sorts of ways to tie the design back to that. Very clever. That's such a good way to approach a revamp. Perhaps you can do the same. Everyone's favorite big bug boy, it's Thornrax. This is made by GZB Mox. So this is a little bit different, a little bit of a different body shape for this set. He's kind of famous for that. Now, typically when you see a revamp of this set, what people like to do is make him humanoid. Give him some legs. Understandable, I think that's a great way to approach revamping this set. But hey, the bug aesthetic is pretty sick. Why not double down on that idea and change it up a bit? Make him more of a mosquito rather than a wasp. And man, localizing all the azure onto just the feet and the claws? Genius. It's rather stylish, isn't it? If you're gonna be a villain, you may as well do it while you're looking fabulous. and Thornrax certainly looks fabulous. The revised stinger on the tail, using these curved pieces which come on the creature of water. That is awesome. By the way, that piece only appears in orange in this one set. That's it. There is something nice about the curvature of that element. It feels really deadly. It rounds off the tail in the perfect way. And I adore the pop of spring green on the eyes. It just stands out. Yeah, I think this is amazing. From bug to shark, we go to Jawblade. Well, to some degree this is a revamp of that set, but at the same time it's not. The post says that actually this is a revamp of one of the combiner models for Jawblade. But if I'm honest, a lot of those combiner models do just feel like some sort of ultimate version of the character. And to that I say, yeah, that's pretty much what this is. Ultimate Jawblade. So I guess this is ultimate Jawblade, you know? Now I love the shoulder cannon. Sharks with laser guns? Yes, please. And then all of the red localized onto the legs. That's a bit of fun. It to me looks like he's wearing some sort of fancy pants. He's not, but it's a cool idea. And even just from like a color blocking perspective, that does look nice. Oh, and then I like the mouth. Very similar to the original set, but with one key new addition. It's the addition of some of these lovely Exoforce robot arm pieces. Flipping them around, they neatly fill in the gap in the middle of the jaw. Remember, that original piece has a big old gap in the middle. This rounds it off so nicely and it pairs with the top of the face very well. Wow. I don't know, man, I just love the idea of a humanoid shark. I ain't seen a mock that has that concept that looks bad. Let's move over to Voltics, a revamp by Ziff50. So this kind of tidies up the lightning, removes a lot of the wires, the in-your-face colors. It keeps him a little more clean, a little more polished. Now, sure, some of that electrifying craziness is what gave the character personality. But actually, I don't mind this change. I think it's good. I almost picture this as like a before and after. He would look like this, normally, but then when he lets his powers go wild, that's when the lightning whip comes out. That's when all this electricity emanates out of every part of his body. Perhaps what you could do is, this is version 1. And then version 2, that's when you buy all your lightning pieces and you build this crazy powered up remake. That could be pretty rad. And hey, the leg design here, it's excellent. Sandwiching these two torso pieces together like this, and then filling in the space in between with a few more bits of armor. Brilliant shaping and a very aesthetically pleasing design. And then the sort of like V shape of the purple armor. It's amazing. The shaping is on point, baby. I love seeing it. I like this one a lot. Now, TY Lego Lord 22. They've taken a stab at a minifigure-scale version of XT4. Oh, it's so much fun to see a smaller version of an existing set. Or a bigger one. Playing with scale can be an excellent way of reimagining a set. But you know what? I actually just like the idea of a teeny tiny XT4. What if he was just this size? Because think about it. He's already terrifying. With his lasers, his buzzsaws, his claws. Dude is a living nightmare. But now imagine him being way smaller, coming at you, destroying everything in his path. That's way scarier, isn't it? We need more teeny tiny XT4 mocks. It's nightmare fuel and that's perfect. And so is this gear. It's being used to recreate that buzzsaw. This is really clever. But up next, the big bad, Black Phantom. This is revamped by Kalahiki Mox. This does a wonderful job of revitalizing his armor, spicing it up a little bit. The addition of some trans green on the torso. It's fun. Yeah, like things like lightsaber bars for pistons, or just one of those CCBS armor shells in trans green. I think that's a great way of extending the trans green across more of the body. And that was a nice touch. The original set has a lot of black and a lot of dark red. Great colors, but it just needs that little bit more of an accent color. And this is exactly what it needed. Plus, I feel like this reminds me of the guts that you see inside General Grievous. I can almost see this being like his weak spot. The heroes need to, punch him here, target this spot, and that's how they'll take him down. Nice. Flipping him around, there's a lot more armor on the back. And you know, a lot of Hero Factory sets, they suffer from being a bit unarmored when you look at them from behind. So that's a good rule. If you're revamping any Hero Factory set, you gotta give the back some love. Even something simple, like tubing right here. That's all you need. Oh yeah, and then this mock has a fun robot companion. This is actually a revamp of the original Spider Blaster that we see on the set, turning it into a little henchman. It's fun. I can see him commanding an entire army of phantom bots. And check out the foot, taking some of these landing gear pieces that appear in a few modern Star Wars sets. That's nice. What a fun little duo. Alrighty, you've been waiting for it, here he is. Everyone's favorite villain, Core Hunter. This is made by Utam04. Wow, a lot of changes. More spikes, more armor. And then it's like ponytail? That's got a nice energy to it, doesn't it? And actually the face itself has changed, buffing up the cheeks, adding more of a mouth. But the night vision goggles stay. I mean, they're the best part. You gotta have those. Yeah, this is nice. You see, I like this. I see this as like a Core Hunter of the future. He's been on many missions, he's done all sorts of stuff. So as a result, he's upgraded himself, enhanced his weapons, he's done so much. He's become an even bigger threat. That's pretty cool. Something else that's cool is Kylo Ren armor on this spiked arm. That's good, the printing gives it some nice, texture. Makes it feel that little bit more fancy. And above this, we have Onawa Nuva's mask. I don't really see people using that as armor all that much, but it does look pretty good. And so does this blaster. The red ball joint at the front, I can just see this charging up and then shooting out a bolt of plasma. Pretty sick. Core Hunter looks great, but then so did all of these mocks. Let me know your favorite in the comments below. And be sure to take a look at the description if you want to see more from these builders. But thank you for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now. You hear that? That's the sound of a Bricklink order, baby!